There was quite this impression of oppression. So we feel confined. I mean, probably that this comes from the video, this 360 video, where it gives a bit the impression we're in a small box and we look from a tiny hole in this environment. And no, I found it quite amazing. They use all these technologies because it managed to bring our curiosity, what is going on there, and then we enter a bit. We are really fully entering these worlds completely unknown to us.
The idea that a man is part of an environment that is larger, that is broader than himself, and that everything in the constructed environment around us is about living material or living elements.
C'est intéressant de voir comment la technologie elle a évolué par rapport à ses débuts, de pouvoir contrôler une caméra juste avec la main. Je trouve ça assez intéressant.
It's been interesting for you just put your hand there and the camera change with your hand and the sound also it's change with. T'as dit quoi d'autre? And it's all. It feels very special because when you look at down, you doesn't have your feet, so it's very difficult to imagine how it is there.
And with the 3D, it's I'm looking, and then I can focus on very specific details. And at the same time, I'm afraid I'm missing something important. So I'm always, my attention is very acute. But I also can really take the time to look at a forgotten detail, and it is multiple plays, and it was good to see it also in the concert, because it's playing around with this demultiplication of the focal point.
We are used to natural scientific definitions and classifications, which is very much in our background of our education and usage the terms, and say this is on one hand, and on the other hand this more subjective approach, semiotic approach, which is all the time coexisting in our life, in our understanding, and here in this project I think these two have been put together very well indeed. So, and again from different aspects, life from a different point of view, and then reality from different points of view.
And semiosphere is something like biosphere, but more in the different sense, more in the sense that each living behavior produce his own scenes.
What is very interesting to my point of view is that many living organisms are around us. It may be in the water, it may be in the sewage system, maybe on the roof, maybe on the facade. As an architect, I'm seeing them now everywhere around me.
Over here, that same species of mushroom is growing on cigarette filters, used cigarette filters, so it's a very common waste we produce. We produce over 5.5 trillion cigarette filters a year, and over 2/3 of those go into the environment. They don't go into the landfill, they go into the ocean. So they're a huge waste problem, and I've done research over the years showing that mushrooms can grow on cigarette filters and eat these toxins.
It's difficult to say, but it's really there's this perfect mix of creativity, multidisciplinarity, but that really they all go towards a goal which is very concrete. I mean, we talk about waste, we talk about recycling things, recycling the air, recycling the materials. So there's really like they are not bounded to anything. There's a lot of imagination creations, but to reach very concrete things.
It shows how the human intelligence has to work today after the terrible waste the precedent generation has made.
I had the feeling that that we had to approach those places where we have an emotional connection.